So a lot of us bought battery-powered chainsaws in 2020 and 2021, and now we're getting to the point where we need to go and get a little bit sharper chain. And we're going to look at a couple of reasons why sharpening yourself may not be the best idea. And it's a lot more difficult than it may look. First off, when we're looking at the chain, you'll notice that there are the little cutting teeth right here and right here. So you have got links and they alternate between basically cutting on the left side and the right side as they go. On between the two chains, there's a little bump, and this is your depth guide right here that we're looking at just ahead of the cutting tooth. Now, there's a couple of things when you take it to a professional chainsaw sharpener that they do. They will be sharpening not only the cutting tooth, but sometimes they'll be taking down this little guide. And they have machines that basically will be uniform and take off the same amount or leave the same amount here when they sharpen this spot, and they'll also take some off the guide so that it is consistent all the way through. Now, a lot of people will be like, oh, I can just take my little file here. I've got a little file that I'll just show you. And they would put it in here and they can go and just do the stroke. Now, metal files are a little bit different than like sandpaper. Sandpaper, you go back and forth. A metal file only can file one direction. In this case, it's a filing on the push, and it would go this way, going across the tooth away from the shorter point to the outside. And if I were going to be sharpening the other tooth, I would have to be coming and doing it this direction. And there are attachments that you can buy and to be able to do that. For most people, that a straight cut isn't the biggest thing in their world. This can actually work. You can get that little adapter and do this. I know some people will go through and they'll just do freehand. First off, this isn't the right file for this. This is a little bit too big. Secondly, freehand, you could go and you could count. Okay, I'm going to do 1, 2. Think of this as doing a full all the way. I could go 5 strokes on this. Well, what happens if maybe stroke 4 didn't bite properly? Or you put more pressure on this tooth than you did on this tooth when you were sharpening it coming this direction. There's a lot of fluctuation that can happen. Or maybe you need to take the little guides down, and maybe you did 4 swipes on the guide here, but over here, the next one you maybe missed a swipe, and now it's like, is that now 3.5? Is that 4? Is that 5? I don't know. So there's a lot of variation. And what happens when you can't get things evenly from side to side, because again, we're cutting on one side, we're cutting on the other side. What happens if you're not getting even between the two, you end up with a situation where the chain will go and cut, it'll cut down, and instead of cutting straight down, it'll kind of cut at an angle, whether it's left or right, depending upon which way you favored. So it's very important that these teeth are sharpened the same amount, and the little guides, as they need to be sharpened and taken down, are taken down at the same amount. So if you're just needing to put an edge on it for the day, the right file, and you can do it. And you can go through and do all the ones on this side and giving them 4 strokes, all the ones on the other side, give them 4 strokes, and you can function for the day. But if you're going to do something where you need to be more, like say for a craft project, and you want to be cutting straighter, you probably should get either a new chain or take this chain into a professional, and then they can put the proper grinds on it all the way across, and then you should have a chain that will cut straight one more time.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.